Fans are still making their way out of Spectrum Arena. So excited to get this win here tonight. 117-116 final score. Let's hear what Coach Lee had to say about his guys' performance this evening.
Yeah, I thought great team effort by everyone in the locker room, everyone that played tonight. It was good to get Melo back. I think that we just see what he adds to our group offensively. And then that play at the end of the game where he just continues to trust the pass, trust his teammates, make the right play. Take what the game gives you. And so really good to see him back out there, finding his rhythm, finding his groove. I think as a team, we've talked about trying to get off to better starts. We talked about trying to communicate a little bit more and get on the same page, and starting the game switching, I think forces you to do that, especially versus a really good team that gets in and out of screens quickly. And so if you don't have physical steers, they usually punish you and you end up with 2 on the ball. So I thought that from the beginning of the game, we did a great job communicating, having those steers, allowing our defenders to be able to get under the screen and then keep Wembanyama and some of their other guys that try to post just in front of us. And then, I thought I just would also highlight Miles. I think that he just continues to impact winning throughout the whole game. And, that play in transition, where it's a great next play mentality. He goes down, he blocks the shot. Vassell ends up with an ISO on the wing. He keeps him in front. He contests, and we end up getting a stop. And, after the game, we just talked about great things happen to people that just put it all into the game and they leave it out there. And so then he ends up hitting the game winning shot too. So just really proud of the effort that he is making on both ends of the court, and then also off the court with his vocal leadership.
You talked about a total team win. Rebounding really sticks out. The effort on the glass tonight, especially the offensive glass and second chance points. You guys outscored them 27-9. And overall, just the job that this team has done on the glass tonight against the Spurs and a bigger Wembanyama.
Yeah, I think, defensively, focal point's been trying to, how do we get a couple more hits? And, shout out to Ankh for, I think, he had a one-on-one battle one time. I think it was either Sohan or Castle or somebody that was rolling, and it was a one-on-one, mano-a-mano, eye-to-eye, and he made sure to get a hit first. And, that's what it comes down to a lot of times. We can do all the defensive rebounding drills we want, but every situation is going to look different. The spacing is going to look different. The personnel is a little different. And it comes down to just that physicality and that, who just wants it more and who's going to figure it out. And I thought we did that on the defensive end. And then offensively, the competitive spirit of the group to just continue to be relentless offensive rebounders is great. And Musa obviously spearheads it, but I thought Daquan flew in there and got a couple too that were timely. And then some of our other guards as well.
When I played with Miles in the corner there, that mellow bounce, was that what you drew up when the timeout? Was that something that big power is on?
Yeah, I would say that it's just a continuation of the play. You're looking for Miles on the back pick first, and then it's Melo's job to get open and then be able to drive. And Miles just did a great job of finishing his cut. Melo did a great job of being Melo and driving the ball, and then, again, just reading the defense at the rim.
You mentioned that earlier, too, about Melo trusting the pass. What about that? Not trying to force a shot there, making sure he actually his teammates involved in when he play.
Yeah, it adds an extra life and spirit to your group when your best player is willing to show that he's willing to pass the ball. And if 2 men are committed to him, he's willing and able to make that pass. And I think it just goes a long way. Then it holds Nick Smith Jr. accountable. It holds Tijon accountable. And so down the line, everyone's accountable then at that point. And so we follow suit. And you usually follow your best players. And so for him to do that, I think it instills more confidence in his teammates. And it just instills a more contagious spirit to trust the pass throughout the game, whether we're making or missing.
Couple things, Shannon. One is I loved his point about Miles pouring into the game and then being rewarded at the end. Because as a shooter, once upon a time, the more I played and worried just about one part of the game, the worse I was. So pouring your entire game into there. And then another thing was Miles cutting twice to score. So cutting off that, I was going to try to do my best to explain. Miles created LaMelo's angle to get a pass, inbounding the ball and getting that matchup. And then he cuts twice to get outside. So just a really well executed play. And I just love it when guys who have been working the whole time get rewarded at the end.
He said great things happen to people who put everything into the game. That's exactly what happened with Miles Bridges. Plus, we didn't even talk about that block, right? That setup that Miles Bridges' block at the basket. I mean, he was all over the place today. Moussa Diabate, who we just talked to, he was all over the place as well today. Definitely had a tall task, but he knew coming into this game, all the talk was on him and Wemby. You see that right now. It was crazy to see these two standing next to each other. I think Eric Collins said one time, like, Moussa looked like a child standing next to Wemby tonight.
And he's listed at 6'11". And that's the thing. And you said tall task. No kidding.
Yeah.
I mean, like, Wemby is that good, but his impact, I mean, this was nice. You caught Wemby looking over to help. So obviously you're going to catch one every now and then, but just his activity level, that's what he's brought. And that's the reason he's still here. He's on a 2-way deal. Mm-hmm. He's trying to get fully guaranteed, but every night with Moussa, 9 points, 8 points, a few dunks, couple putbacks. But that rebounding column is consistent, always around 12 to 15, as long as he gets enough minutes to have that opportunity.
Yeah, that's our Toyota Let's Go Places player of the night, Moussa Diabate, just all smiles at the end of the game when we talked to him. Someone else that was all smiles, well, that would be this guy right here. Yes, he should.
Of course he is.
He is leading the team. He led tonight, hit the game winner all over the place. It's got to feel pretty good for Miles Bridges. We'll be right back to wrap things up. 117-116 for your Charlotte Hornets. Terrence, my friend, it's been awesome hanging out with you for 9 home games, but we're going to hit the road for a while, and I'm not going to see you till March or something.
March 1st, I think.
Yeah, we're heading to Detroit, Brooklyn, and Orlando, then, of course, the All-Star break, and then we'll be heading out west for a West Coast showdown on the road, putting a lot of miles.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, Miles, a lot of Miles Bridges.
Yeah, Miles was big. See what you did there. Malik Beasley had 30 tonight. Detroit.
Is that good?
Yeah, that is good. Detroit, one of the better, most improved teams in the NBA, currently 25-26 with the 7th spot in the Eastern Conference. Trajectory of improvement has been good in Detroit.
What a fun night it was here. Thanks for all the fans coming out, supporting the Hornets. It was a great atmosphere. Got to talk to KJ Simpson at halftime, which was a fun interview. Got to talk to Miles Bridges after the game, which is always a fun interview. And I got to spend the last couple weeks with you, Terrence Oglesby, which was a good time as well. Hope everyone enjoys their Friday night. Be safe. We will see you soon, and go Hornets.